come from a meeting of some very influential people.
On the Kittridge matter?
Yes, but one or two of them are still doubtful that the engine Dr. Kittridge invented will make it possible to build submarines as large as ocean liners.
It's a fact, Rutledge, whether they believe it or not. Look at this wire I got from Captain Blair. Master plan for Kittridge submarine engine located in Woodstock. Lieutenant Walsh and Shirley Clinton flying it to me. Farrell meeting them at airport.
Terminal Airport Flight Control, Carson speaking. Oh, yes. Yes, Captain Blair.
Any news yet?
Bad news, sir. A stowaway on Kirby Walsh's plane shot Walsh and stole Dr. Kittridge's master plans for the submarine engine.
What about the insurance investigator, Shirley Clinton?
She's trying to bring the plane in, sir.
Can she fly?
Well, she's never flown a plane before, but Grant's down on the field using a radio to direct her in.
You're coming right at us, Shirley. Pull back on the wheel just a little. Ease off on the throttle till you feel her begin to settle. Pull the throttle back just a little more. Fine, Shirley, fine. You're doing great. Okay, Shirley. Level off. Look out for those wires, Shirley. Pull up. I'll ride to the hospital with Kirby. Did you get a good look at the man who shot him?
Yes, but his face was partly covered by dark glasses, so I'd have a hard time identifying him.
Well, that's tough luck. But it must have been him, all right. And now he's got Kittridge's plan.
I don't like to commit myself, but I have a hunch about that man, and I'd like to follow it up.
Well, go to it. My car's in the parking lot. Take it.
All right, thanks.
Very much to my amazement, Mrs. Waldron, when I attempted to dispose of your securities, I discovered the police had placed a restraining order against their sale.
Well, securities are mine to do with as I please, aren't they, Mr. Weatherby?
Of course, it's only a technicality. There'll be no trouble having it removed.
Why did the police do that?
From what little information I gathered, it was because of your brother Derek's death and his apparent connection with the mysterious Mr. M.
I don't understand this situation at all, Mr. Weatherby.
Well, frankly, I don't myself, and I'll inquire into it the first thing in the morning.
You remind me so much of your father. You always got me out of difficulties.
Don't worry, I will, too.
I'll show him out, Marina. I'm going to bed.
All right, Grandma.
Good night, Miss Lamont.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Weatherby.
Good night, Mrs. Waldron.
Yes?
Archer, has Anthony come in yet? Well, tell him to come upstairs the moment he returns. Something important's developed concerning Grant Farrell and the police.
Thanks, Doc. I needed that. How long have I been out, Grant?
Long enough to keep from knowing about the most exciting airplane ride you'll ever have.
Shirley okay?
Yeah, she's fine. Right now, she's trying to identify the man in the plane. His face was partially hidden, but she's following up a hunch about him. Did you see him?
No, not good enough. Things happened too fast. I'd like to nab that gent. He's M if I'm any judge.
You can still help, Kirby, if you're willing to take a risk.
How?
As you know, the hypnotic chemical that M injected into your bloodstream was unknown to our chemists.
That's one reason M was able to use it so successfully.
From the sample we took from your blood, we've arrived at the formula for the chemical and have been able to develop an experimental antidote.
Well, what are we waiting for?
No, the chemists haven't had time to check it yet.
Well, so what? Why can't I be a guinea pig?
If the antidote doesn't do what we hope, it could mean death. Of course, we can put this off.
We can put it off till we hear from Shirley. Her hunch may give us the lead we need.
I'll talk to Grant, and then I'll take the chance.
I know I'm disturbing you by calling at this hour, Mrs. Waldron.
Nonsense. Even though I'm tired, I can't sleep. Strange thoughts go through my head. Weird thoughts.
We always lock the door. We're frightened alone here at night. It's wise to take precautions.
Grandma, Shirley said she had something important to tell you.
What is it, Shirley?
I have a picture here I'd like you to identify.
Well, why have you put adhesive tape across the eyes?
I'll tell you in a moment. But can you identify that man?
Of course. It's a picture of my grandson, Anthony. But he's been dead a great many years.
He's not dead, Mrs. Waldron.
What?
I saw him earlier tonight, but he had dark glasses on.
Are you sure that it was Anthony you saw?
Well, not until Mrs. Waldron identified him just now. I had a hunch he wasn't dead, as everyone thought.
But if he isn't dead, Thank you, Marie.
I hate to tell you this, Mrs. Waldron, but I feel I should. Anthony Waldron is a mysterious Mr. M.
Oh, mercy me.
I'm sure now it was Anthony who shot Kirby Walsh earlier this evening and stole the master plans for the submarine engine, which we had recovered.
Does Grant Farrell know that Anthony's Mr. M?
No, nobody does but us. As soon as I was sure my hunch was right, I came right over to see that nothing happened to you or Mrs. Waldron.
Anthony wouldn't harm his own grandmother.
He's already tried to have you killed, Mrs. Waldron.
So he has.
And he's also responsible for the death of your brother, Derek, Marina.
What can we do?
I want you both to come to police headquarters with me. You'll be safe there.
Yes, we must go at once.
No, we aren't going, Grandma.
Are you sure you understood me?
Certainly.
Well, then why do you refuse to go to headquarters where you'll be safe?
Because that's the very place I won't be safe. So I'll arrange for the police to find Anthony here, really dead this time, with enough evidence against him to prove that he's Mr. M.
What are you talking about?
It all works in with my plans. No one knows you're here. So when they find you, along with Anthony, no suspicion will rest on me. You see, Shirley, I'm the mysterious Mr. M. Anthony.
You've made a mistake. I'm not Anthony. Anthony Waldron is dead. You've not seen him. You will not remember anything that has happened. When the police question you, you were sleeping. You heard nothing. You'll be very much surprised to learn that Marina is dead.
I was asleep. I heard nothing.
You will not remember that Miss Clinton was here. You will forget all that she has told you. Understand?
I understand.
You are tired. You will now go to sleep.
I'm tired.
Now, young lady, you will be just as cooperative as Grandma Waldron.
Oh, no, I won't.
We'll see.
The person who called himself the real Mr. Reb won't bother us anymore, Archer.
Who was it?
Marina. With Schrack, I think, playing voice for her on those records.
Schrack won't bother us anymore either. I've taken care of him.
You caused me considerable trouble, Miss Clinton.
I hope I can cause you some more.
You can't. I've been prepared for just such an emergency. The submarine is waiting to take me out of the country. Get the Hypnotreme, Archer. After this, you'll never be able to help Grant Farrell anymore.
Are you sure you feel no bad effects from the antidote, Kirby?
None at all. How far had I gotten?
Grandma Waldron's room.
Oh, yes. Marina was in there when I got in the room.
But you had heard men's voices.
Yes. As I was looking for a secret entrance to the room, Derek came through a hidden opening in the wall. We fought, and then some other man that I didn't see hit me over the head. That's all I remember.
And later?
When I came to, I was in a laboratory. And after they released me, I found out that it was under the Waldron house.
Hello? Captain Blair? Yes.
We're beginning to get places, Grant. That specimen of blood you obtained from Mrs. Waldron has the same chemical in it we found in all of M's victims.
There's no doubt, then, she's being kept under its hypnotic influence.
Yes, and as we have the antidote.
Which works and is harmless, judging by Kirby.
Better and better. Incidentally, Shrek has been fished out of the river. An M tag on him.
Well, that's one less we'll have to deal with. I have another lead to the Waldrons from Kirby to confirm the one about Mrs. Waldron. I'm leaving for there right now. Can you go with me, Doctor?
No, but Dr. Walker can. She's excellent and knows about the antidote.
Fine. Will you get her for me? Well, wish me luck.
You got it.
And now, Miss Clinton, you will go back to Farrell and Captain Blair. You'll remember nothing of what has happened. You'll tell them your hunch was wrong, that you could not identify the man in the plane. Do you understand?
I understand, and I shall obey.
I won't bring her out of it till I put her on the street. Watch her. I'm going up and check my grandmother again, just to be sure.
I've given Mrs. Waldron the antidote. She should be able to answer your questions soon now. Her condition otherwise is good.
Thank you, Dr. Walker. When you think she's able, bring her in here. I'll have the body removed in the meantime.
Now what's the matter?
Farrell's up there with an antidote for Hypnotreme. He knows my grandmother's under the influence, and he's bringing her out of it.
In that case, the quicker we get on that submarine, the safer we'll be.
No. Because Farrell would know I'm alive. The way I'm going to do it, the police have no reason to change their minds about me.
How can you do that now?
By conditioning Miss Clinton differently, that's all. Miss Clinton.
Yes, Mr. M.
That time mechanism we had installed for emergency. Set it for midnight.
Are you going to sacrifice your grandmother along with the rest of them?
Anybody that gets in my way. Miss Clinton, when I take you out of here, you'll come back through the front entrance.
And so, that's all I know about this terrible business.
Of all people, you deserve no such sorrow, Mrs. Waldron. But it'll soon be finished now.
I don't think Mrs. Waldron should see anyone just yet.
No, of course not, Doctor. And there's no reason why you can't put her to bed now. Thank you, Mrs. Waldron. Why, Shirley, I didn't expect to see you here.
My hunch was dead, so I checked with Captain Blair. He said you were here. I was just curious, that's all.
You being curious has nothing on me. Do you want to help?
I was hoping you'd say that. Doing what?
Looking for a secret entrance to an underground room.
I don't know whatever made me look in that table drawer for that secret switch, Grant, but I'm certainly helped this time, aren't I?
You certainly are, Shirley.
I wonder who he is.
One of M's men, who discovered too late that only fools trust criminals.
It won't hurt to look this place over. I'll start over there.
sorry, Shirley, but you're not responsible for what you're doing. You've got that hypnotic chemical in you.
I don't know.
I do. Mrs. Waldron told me you were here earlier, and all about Marina. I just wanted to find out what Anthony had arranged. Now you're going upstairs and get the antidote, and tell me where I can find that not-so-mysterious Mr. M.
Look, isn't it time we submerged? When the captain gives us the word, sir, we shall. Where is this captain? Every time I say anything to you, you refer to him. Yet he hasn't shown himself.
As always, Anthony Waldron, your captain is the mysterious Mr. M. You can give me the microfilm of Kittridge's master plan now. Although Marina was my confederate, I expected that you would eliminate her for me. Keep him covered. I know you're not tricking me because you're here with this film. But you fool, it's blank. Farrell has the microfilm of the plans.
Submarine, thanks to you remembering.
Courtesy of the police chemistry marine who discovered an antidote for Anthony's chemical.
And he'll never use it again. So that's it. Kirby sent the microfilm by mail and took the phony with him on the plane, just in case. We have the plans.
You two and Miss Clinton have served your country just as well in peace as you did in war. Thanks, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Washington, very complimentary for us all.
Huh, Washington should be. And now that I'm going to be alone in this big house, I was wondering if Shirley'd come here with me.
You know, Mrs. Waldron, you better consult Grant about that.
I think you're right, Kirby. Will you come here with us? After your honeymoon. You know, after all, there is a housing shortage.